All right, kind of want to talk about something real quick. I paid attention to, right. I was browsing and I saw this topic of not topic. I mean this video that I shared on my Facebook that some rich black lady got in a crash and they said that she was killed after she climbed out of the wrecked vehicle and they sat her on the ground and she was ran over by a white guy. Um, White people are putting black people in that ground right now. They taking advantage of their situation, whatever it is. But anyway, I want to say this. I thought that was weird that it seems like I don't want to say this because it's probably not true. But all I'm going to say is this. That black woman, and I don't know how long ago this was, or if this was just a recent incident that just happened in Africa. So a black lady get ran over and killed by a white man in Africa. A white man get ran over and killed in Africa by a black man in Africa. So I was like, damn, what the fuck going on? Is this some kind of like psychological war? It just happened to pop down my timeline as I'm scrolling. I'm gonna share it, of course. I want to share it on my Keytron TV page, and then I'll share it to my Great Clouds page. But I thought about that. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. Think about it. Well, I don't want to. I don't want to make those kind of assumptions. But it's weird that a black woman in America get killed and ran over by a white guy. White guy in Africa get killed and ran over by a black guy. So we can't say it's war because they can be just lone wolves. You feel me? Just feeling some type of way, But if they're and everybody talking about Trump should buy back the American citizens' passport, give them $5 million and let them go wherever they choose. I thought about that for a long time, and and still to this day I was like, damn. But if we go back to the motherland, see, my only concern about the motherland of Africa, and I can't speak for all of it, just places that I've been and had experience with. I do think the scamming culture there is real, very real. But here's the kicker. Here's my problem with that. If we was to somehow get that money, right, and go back to the motherland of Africa, but let me just say this. Here's my problem, what I was thinking about. The motherland of Africa is not really developed yet. It's still not developed yet. They do money. They do crazy things. Like, they love money. They do anything for money. You feel me? And it is a huge scamming culture there, big time. And it is a thing for some place in Africa to get the American, and brag about it. There's many stories in Africa about how some Africans got an American, caught him slipping, caught him lacking. Yeah, and took everything he had, or damn near, or a lot. You feel me? So you have to think about that. And then there is some places in Africa, you have to have money to even call the police to report a crime. That's a lot of stuff. But that, let me say, that is the most important thing that our brothers and sisters ignore when they're going to the motherland of Africa. Don't get me wrong. Yes, it's a very fucking beautiful place in some places. And they got some hoods that's hooded in the worst places you ever seen. Like fucking Dade County 3.0 type shit. And some hoods. They got some hoods for your ass. I'm telling you. I was in the hoods. So I'm telling you, boy, shit, boy. But they do have beautiful places as well. So, but what I'm saying is this. I think what our people don't understand about Africa, what we need to pay attention to and get it fixed, is that you have to have money just to even call the police. Your ass can get raped over there. Ain't nobody gonna give a fuck. You ain't got no money. You feel me? You ain't got no money. And the only reason why Americans are, in my opinion, which I could be wrong, why us Americans have it good sometimes when we are over there, sometimes, meaning protection wise, is because we American, nigga, the money. You know, you from a country that got that money. So they gonna do their job to make sure, you know, because they thinking they might get something out of it. You feel me? So you got to understand that. And, you know, if a dude for some reason get in a fist fight with a female or whatever and knock her ass out, swell her eyes, shit, in some places in Africa, if you ain't got no money, you can't even go to the police. So you're just a female sitting over there with a fucking swole face. You know what I'm saying? And it's true. You ain't got no money, you can't call the cops. They not coming. They don't give a fuck. Oh, you got raped? Oh, well, get over it. You still got your life, right? You alive? Well, be thankful for that. Next time, don't take your ass over there. You know, I'm not saying that's what they say. But that's, you know, as if they are saying that. Because if you ain't got that moolah, they ain't coming, they ain't wasting. You got to pay them for gas money to even leave the police station. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, some places in Africa is real like that. So, you know, as long as you ain't getting killed, it's like anything go. You get raped, oh, well, it's on you. You shouldn't have walked your ass over there. That's how they, you know, a lot of the places see it. So you got to keep that in mind if you're coming from America over there. Don't think you're going to have, it's different, bro. Like our services, you could call the police and be like, there you go, that motherfucker right there. Unless that motherfucker, and now it's starting to change though. You remember back in the days you could do that. Now motherfuckers informants, snitches and shit, or they contract killers. You know, you be cool with a motherfucking contract killer who worked for the goddamn government or somebody, and you know, and this motherfucker just getting away with everything. You feel me? So it's different. But so now it's starting to be more like Africa or whatever, but just slowly. You get what I'm saying? But you can still call the police on the motherfucker who don't work for them crackers or somebody like that, and they coming. They coming. They love it. You especially if they black. That's their favorite thing. They love to kill black people, so they gonna come in America. You feel me? But in some places in Africa, you got to keep that in mind. So especially if you're a female traveler, yeah, that's very important. That's very important. I'm telling you. You know, don't be listening to the YouTubers just welcoming you all in, talking about, oh, come. They don't. A lot of them don't tell the truth about what's really going on over there. I'm telling you, they not. They just because they're so mad at America to the point where they're gonna sugarcoat a lot of things for the motherland of Africa because of the white man in America hates the blacks so much. In their mind, they like, fuck that. We'd rather go home and put up with this shit if we go. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit that's going on over there, they really not gonna tell the truth right now because they want all the people to come back. Now, yes, it'll be nice if all us will come back. You know, we could be together like, you know, that way. But individually and one at a time and two, you know, if you're going by yourself, especially if you're a woman, I would say you got to be very careful, man, very careful. And yes, the motherland is full of good people, bro. They're very well spoken. It's a really nice place, but you have to watch out, man. There's a huge scamming culture in Africa. I'm telling you, it's scamming is the way in Africa, for real, for real. It's like it's their culture. You know, if they find out your ass ain't African and you speaking a different language or from a rich nation where they think rich, like America, oh, it's over for you. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. But you still will find loyal brothers and stuff that'll help you. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be man, they're gonna start coming up with all kind of shit to get you up out their cash, and that's real. You feel me? That I'm telling you. But you could still be saved. Like you will still be. I can't give people like what I felt and what I've been through because you might go there and be better. You might get better treatment than what I got, or you might get worse. You feel me? So I can't say, oh, go over there, it's gonna be good because I went over there and it was good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody was protecting me who I ain't even fucking know. That might not protect you if you go over there. Or maybe you might get better protection. You get what I'm saying? It's just a little bit different. So I don't want to just give you my gems and think because things happen to me like that way, it's going to happen to you. It might not. You feel me? Or it might do. But all I'm going to just tell you is the truth. And the truth is, from what I felt, what I seen from being there, I think it's the motherland of Africa is a great place to go. I mean, don't get me wrong, to visit or whatever, but it's just some things you just shouldn't know first before you even go there, for real. And that is, it's a huge scamming culture there. They're very nice people. They're very well spoken. Their parents did a hell of a job in raising them because they got manners. They know how to talk. They're really good people, but you have to be aware of the scamming culture in Africa. That shit is big, man. I'm telling you, that shit is huge. It's like the thing to do. It's a hip thing, like when Jordans first come out in America or some shit, or Call of Duty first drop in America. That's what it's like in Africa, to scam your ass, especially if you're American. So you just have to be cool, because they will celebrate about that bitch. Oh yeah, we got this American slipping, you feel me? So yeah, don't matter if you black or white, they're gonna see you as American most of the time over there. So you just keep that in mind. In your mind, you see black and white because your country programmed you like that with all this fuck ass racist shit. You feel what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, as black people, I'm gonna say this, and I know y'all see me here living with this white dude or whatever, but just hear me out. We should not trust white people as a whole. You feel me? White women may be a little bit different, but really, we really shouldn't be trusting, just from the history of what happened to us alone. But let me not just get off subject. Our country conditioned us to see black and white. We know, okay, them crackers racist. You feel me? They know, okay, them niggers, we hate them. Okay, so we know that. But when you go to Africa, that's how you think it. So you're going to think your black people going to love you and beat up. And no, they don't give a fuck about what you're going through in your country. They don't. They see American. So you see black and white in America. Feel me? We divided. We know not to trust them crackers. We know that them crackers killing niggas right now. You feel me? We know they got all kinds of plans and ways to come up to kill us and all kind of shit that they're doing to us in America. But when you go to Africa, they don't care nothing about none of that. I promise you. They're going to see American. And you could tell them the stories all you want, but they go see American, and in their mind, they're going to see money, dollar signs. It ain't no real love. It's the money. You feel me? So, and rightfully so, because their countries, some of them are so bad, bro, to the point where, I mean, developing wise, they're still developing. So they need a lot of money. They need money. They need it. So that's why that's all they see. You feel me? So, you got to keep that in mind when you're going there. And you got to know that, and this is what I thought that was most important, that a lot of our people, even I, just ignore when we're going over there. The most important thing is, in some places in Africa, you have to have money to even call the police if something happens to you. You're so free. You're on your own. Everybody's free to do what they want. So if some psycho motherfucker decide that they're going to rape your ass or take some pussy from you, you feel me? Or, rob you if you're a dude, then you got to have your funds up to even call the police. You feel what I'm saying? So that is a very important reason why you should pay attention and do your research about, and really think about before you going to the motherland of Africa. If you're going by yourself, you feel me? Because, I mean, shit can get sticky, man. It can get real, you feel me? Like, I was okay, but they started, man. I'm telling you, they was on my, they started coming up with shit, bro, because they kept seeing me. They started thinking I had a whole lot of money. I'm telling you, so, and then the longer as an American you stay over there, the worse it could get for you, man. If you ain't giving out no money or something. Because then they're going to start cooking up plans. You feel me? Like, hey, man, and then the more people know you over there, it can get bad, bro. It can get bad. I'm just saying. You feel me? But some places in Africa is more developed than others. So you can call, you don't need money to call the police in some places in Africa. But some places in Africa, your ass need that cash. If you ain't got that cash for them to put that petrol in that car to come see you, they don't give a fuck. You still got your life. You good. So you got to keep that in mind. And that's it. That's all you just need to know. And you'll be all right, when you're thinking about visiting the motherland of Africa. But there's something else. But yeah, let me end this live because I don't want it to be all that long. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post that video of the white guy, cause real quick before I go, because like I said, y'all, I thought this shit was strange. You feel me? To the point where that we had a black woman get ran over here in America and killed, and then a white man get ran over and killed in Africa. So when I first got over there and I heard some of the stories when I'm in the hoods and shit chilling, I thought that, when I heard the stories about white people being killed and all that shit, I was like, I don't believe it. But if, let's just say, and I don't think it was a retaliation for what happened to the woman in Africa, but I'm just saying, I mean, for the woman that got killed here in America. But what I'm just saying is I thought that was weird. I mean, well, strange that a black woman in America got ran over and killed, and a white man in Africa get ran over and killed. The person who ran over and killed the black woman in America was a white man. The person who killed the white man in Africa was a black man. So I was like, damn, if they retaliating for what's happening to the blacks, then why treat the blacks as Americans? I mean, they are Americans, but why treat them like, like with the scamming culture shit? Why include them in the scamming culture? You feel me? Why take advantage of them? If you're retaliating for them, and if you see them as a real brother that has roots to the motherland of Africa, then why include them in the scamming culture? They come over there with a lot of money, but they leave broke. They can't really find nobody they can trust to help them get what they're going off the ground. Do you know how smart what you're doing is? Very stupid. If you spend 10 years scamming Americans, you can't do shit with the money. You're gonna take it and spend it, which means now you done sucked all the money out of that American. They're fucking broke. They can't do nothing, and your ass broke too. So now it's two broke motherfuckers. So as a brother, you need to start using some of your brains and say, well, damn, if I take all this man money, he gonna be broke, I'm gonna be broke. It's just gonna be two broke motherfuckers. But if I help this man and help him with his visions, and I see he got a vision, and I see he trying to do something, and he's able to do something and stay afloat, then he's able to help me stay afloat. Why in the fuck would you poke a hole in your goddamn rubber raft at sea and sink both of y'all, sink both of your ships? It doesn't fucking make sense. So it's up to us as black people to get to the motherland and have these kind of classes that will teach them what you're fucking doing is wrong. And you wonder why you're suffering for so long. The reason why, because you're doing stupid shit like this. When people comes to try to help you, I'll see if you was doing this to, I'm just going to keep it real, to somebody white or whatever. Yeah, because they white people, fool. You see them, everybody knows, nigga, that ain't their native land. So it makes sense. But to do it to people that's their native land, that's coming back home to help you with money, it'll make more sense if you help these people fucking stay afloat, because they can continue to help you. If you be stupid enough to take all the money from them now, your dumb ass gonna run and spend it all up. Now both of y'all broke. Now what the fuck you got? Now you got to starve until you find the next victim. And you might not find one for years, because when they go back and tell what you done did to them, nobody ain't gonna want to come help your ass out now. They might just be like, fuck it, let them all starve. And you be on your fucking knees begging God for another chance. But when he send you a chance and an opportunity, you blow it. You see, so we need to start teaching them to do, to the importance of what how wrong it is of what they're doing. You are seeing temporary benefits, temporary gain. You're looking at it for temporary. It's not gonna last. It's not residual. So if it's residual, your dumb ass shouldn't want it. I'm just saying, plain and simple. You shouldn't want it if it's not residual. because your dumb ass gonna take that money right now and go spend it all in 2 days. You're gonna be hungry again. So what good does it fucking make to scam your own brother that's coming back to help you build something? So, we need to teach them that. They have to do a better job and being more honest, more loyal with their brothers that's coming back home to help them and really help them. And then they'll see the fruits of the labor in a long time. So to our black brothers and sisters who may go over there to the motherland, if you got that kind of power and money, then you talk to them like that. I don't know who you got to talk to. If you got to go fucking talk to the president, go talk to him and sit him down and make sure he can talk to his fucking people, the importance, because if you don't know your ass gonna stay, you ain't gonna never have developed. No wonder why it's taking you more than 400-500 years to develop. Because you're doing the fucking wrong thing to the wrong people. And that's the truth. You're doing the wrong thing to the wrong people. And because you see over here, they ain't playing, nigga. They putting black people in that fucking ground left and right. They ramping that shit up. Killing them in car crashes, everything. Poisoning them. I mean, chopping them up, dumping their body in lakes and seas and behind houses and shit. Accidentally shooting them and killing them. Man, they dropping them. Killing them in car crashes. Shit, it's hard, bro. You gotta trust who you even roll with. That's why I thank God that I'm not materialistic and I cannot be bought. My only problem is finding people that cannot be bought, but I don't even want to meet them because they might be sent. You feel me? Especially crackheads, junkies, or anybody. They the worst kind because, they can be bought. Motherfuckers, ain't no telling what kind of deals they making behind your back. So you never trust them, if you can't see them. Don't ever trust them if you can't watch them. But anyway, catch y'all in the next video. Y'all stay safe and peace out.